Good morning. Today we'll be covering Ecclesiastes 5. But first, a look at my crazy wallpaper. Okay, everything's functioning. Ecclesiastes 5. How I'm speaking, what I'm referring to when I speak on life, etc. That playlist is below. That explanation, etc. is below in the details. Where I'm speaking from is that which is within. And this first 1 through 7 will be about the fear God. So these will be based on fear and or God or both. Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. To draw near to listen is better than to offer the sacrifice of fools, for they do not know that they are doing evil. Guard your steps when you go to the house of God, as in be careful, be mindful, etc., etc. It's not like it's important. Just name it simply, it's important. It's not something to be taken lightly. To draw near to listen is better than to offer the sacrifice of fools. If you're listening, that means you are understanding. What does anybody listen for? Me, it's to understand. What else is there? If I'm not just I don't want to sidetrack on that and say how people listen to respond with their ego or their identity or defensiveness, etc. Yeah. Superficial, that's generally what people usually do, apparently. Statistically, that's not my analysis. All I'm saying is I listen to understand, period. Anybody talking, anything at all, to listen, to understand and enjoy and learn, etc. And that is better than to offer the sacrifice of fools, as in offer anything in ignorance, because if you do not know what you're offering, how can you offer it at all? For they do not know that they are doing evil. You're trying to make somebody a hamburger, but you can't tell what's bad meat from good meat. You only know how to make a good hamburger, and that's it. You don't know to tell the difference between good meat and bad. And you make a awesome smelling looking burger and offer it to somebody, and you're not aware of that meat was bad. That's an ignorant offering of foolishness that's going to end up extremely bad. All that says. Two, be not rash with your mouth, nor let your heart be hasty to utter a word before God. For God is in heaven and you are on earth, therefore let your words be few. Do not be rash with your mouth. Do not let your emotions and do not let anything override your understanding of something and run with that, basically. Or you go off the handle and you start running your mouth, and then when you finally calm down, you realize, oh crap, I shouldn't have said those things. Those weren't right. They were in the moment. It was a heated reaction, which I myself am too guilty of. Nor let your heart be hasty to utter a word before God. As in, don't speak. Don't be don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant within intentions. Basically, don't be ignorant of any intentions whatsoever. Always be understanding in intentions is basically the whole thing that's saying, especially before God, for that which matters most. God is in heaven, you on earth, therefore let your words be few. Therefore let your words be few. But I mean, if you understand a lot more words that can not be few, then why should it be few? But then again, if it talks about singularities in the now, in the moment, that's a whole nother ball game. It's like if you understand condensing into singularities, then the words are few, but the understanding is extremely dynamic. Oh, excuse me, stretching. Oh, my back's been sore all week. I don't know if I've been sleeping like a pretzel or what. Three, for a dream comes with much business, and a fool's voice with many words. A dream is a planned outcome. To name it superficially or societally, etc., what is generally called a dream, to fulfill your dream within society or cultures, etc., as that fulfill your dream goes. Yeah, that is one constant, one similarity. It takes work. That's with much business, a lot of work. Except when it comes to a dream regarding life itself and not societal functions, it might be much business, but it's much fun and more than words can describe. which is exactly what I'm doing right here, right now. I have no audience. Nobody's reading. Well, yeah, they're on the screen. Nobody's reading. Nobody's listening. Nobody's commenting. Nobody's understanding yet. And yet I'm living the dream because I'm expressing understanding of life, that which matters most. I am expressing that. I am doing my own self-work towards it, to do with it, etc., self-improvement. That's primary. That's foundational. That's why it doesn't matter if I'm doing this regardless. It doesn't matter if nobody ever watches, listens, or understands. I'm still doing it regarding life, and that's as much as I could do about it. Beyond that is what it is. And a fool's voice with many words, as in somebody who plans and plans and talks and talks and boasts, but never does anything to fulfill them. And that is calling them, and right there, a fool's voice. Because they just endlessly talk and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I want to do this, da-da-da-da-da. And they don't do anything, which is their choice. But, you know how the saying goes, nut up or shut up. And just because nobody's watching me and I'm not whining, I'm just stating, doesn't mean I'm being a fool. I'm still doing exactly what I want to do regarding life. And life is a lot. Life is foundational. Society and cultures are not. Society and cultures are not the fulfillment of life. Life is. That's why, as long as I'm doing that which is in harmony with life, whatever comes after is what it is. Four, when you vow a vow to God, do not delay paying it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay what you vow. When you make a commitment, excuse me, I gotta get a bottle of water. That's better. Okay. When you make a vow, yeah, obviously to God, you don't you put your money where your mouth is. You step up. But you also do that in every single way to everything and everyone else. Because if you delay paying it, you're half-assing something. And there's no, and well, especially God, it says here, for he has no pleasure in fools. As in, how are you going to do that to the Most High? Then nothing, even doing that to others, nothing good comes from it if it's not organic, if it's not a legitimate delay. Yeah. I actually read this I read this 1 through 7 before, and I forgot like the whole fear God part. Like that's the whole thing it's pointing to. But I mean, I don't. A lot of this, I'm not getting any fear bit of it. Like it's just naming, don't half-ass everything. Like you're offering yourself. Don't be a fool. Like how are you gonna half-ass offer yourself? That's a fool's game. Nothing's being mentioned on fear. Like there's no. It's just telling you what not to do. Don't be this. Don't be that. But it's not mentioning anything to be fearful of. What is there, which I'm pausing for a moment on this. I'm reading about the whole real quick. No, nobody except one is perfect. But how do I put it? Give and be what is best regarding life itself. And there is no fear. I mean, the only thing there is to fear is what comes from absence of life, what's negative, what's wrong, etc. You do wrong, bad things result. So just learn to do as little wrong as you can, to the point where it's just natural occurrence of a mistake. Natural mistakes are justifiable. You accidentally bump into somebody, stuff like that. It's like, what's there to fear? I mean, is that what it's just naming? It's I don't know. I'm gonna just push on ahead. 5. It is better that you should not vow than that you should vow and not pay. It is better to keep your mouth shut entirely than to offer something and then introduce more absence, more negativity, more wrong into the equation. As in, it is better not to offer at all than to offer something with additional negative. Again, just like that hamburger analogy, it is better not to make it at all than the other person wouldn't get food poisoning, now would they? The offering was there, it was righteous, but the ignorance was there, they didn't know it was bad meat. If you don't, so it's like, yeah, there was positives there, there was life there, but then there was ignorance. And ignorance allowed the absence to be present. And what follows that? Bad meat, food poisoning. So it's better not to be offered that delicious looking hamburger at all than to get the food poisoning that comes with it. So that's why I said better that you should not vow at all and not pay, basically. Let not your mouth lead you into sin, and do not say before the messenger that it was a mistake. Why should God be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands? Don't let your words lead you to sin. Your mouth, your blowing off steam, running your mouth, saying falseness, and basically, just mouthing off falseness, expressing falseness, etc. Anything in absence is a sin. Absence of life itself is sin. That's what sin is. The entirety of sin is the absence of life in every way, shape, or form. That's why nobody was perfect except one. Because it's practically impossible. The point is to learn, understand, keep trying, keep harmonizing, because it just gets better and better. Man, tickle my throat. Let not your mouth lead you into sin, and do not say before the messenger that it was a mistake. Don't renege or backtrack afterwards. What has already been and what has already happened cannot unhappen. That's why it's wrong to call it a mistake. It's like it's too late. I know the general meaning of mistake. I'm just saying in the now, in the current moment, after it has happened, there is nothing that can go back and make it not happen. That's why do not say that it was a mistake. You take accountability, you learn, you understand, you don't repeat it. There's so much more than just superficial generalization that the word mistake is understood as. The generalization of mistake. Why should God be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands? Damn. The throat's crackly. So, a vow. That is still referring to a vow. The vow is a mistake. So I said, too bad, too late. It's already happened. You can't just erase reality in a space of a period of time because you don't like it. Too bad. In the now, it's already happened. There's no taking it back. There's no deleting it. There's no delete button. Why should God be angry at your voice and why should God be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands? Because it came from you. Why should he destroy it? Again, that still bears fruit. A mistake still bears fruit. A lesson to learn. That's the whole point. Supposed to learn from it, grow from it, understand, etc. 7. For when dreams increase and words grow many, there is vanity, but God is the one you must fear. Again, just like before, from when dreams increase and words grow many, there is vanity, because they're just running at the mouth. They're not doing anything. They're planning, they're boasting, etc. They're talking, but they're not doing. That is vanity. And God is the one you must fear? Yes, because... what's that? What was that saying I expressed? The understanding. Oh, there it is. People always say God is infallible. That's wrong. That is so much less, honestly. God, that which is God, that which created, that which expressed the life into existence, that lets existence even be, is absolute. There is no hiding from that which is God. There's no running. There's nothing. There is only absolute accountability. That is the fear of that which is God. Because it is absolute accountability. That is the fear. And when you're more understanding of life, embodying it, reflecting it, doing all you can to just be with it, because that which matters most, there's less and less to fear, unless you make a mistake. Or like everybody falls off the wagon, everybody trips and falls, and everything else. The point is to get back up. The vanity of wealth and honor. Now, since vanity is the top or the point here, I am going to real quick put that up there. Vanity, excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements. 2, the quality of being worthless or futile. So, the worthlessness of wealth and honor, basically. I don't know why they don't. I mean, that's a problem with language. They create so many additional words and make things more complicated than they have to be. It's like, instead of vanity, the quality of being worthless or futile, it's just worthlessness. That's all it is. Vanity is worthlessness. Worthlessness of what? Excessive pride in or animation of one's own appearance or achievements. That's what's worthless. It's like, wow, so much easier to simplify things instead of combining and 8. If you see in a province, I was stuck in between providence and province. That's why that was a tongue twister, a brain twister. If you see in province the oppression of the poor and the violation of justice and righteousness, do not be amazed at the matter, for the high official is watched by a higher, and there are yet higher ones over them. Province.
Okay,
I'll make sure I was saying that right. It wasn't providence. Some of those words are freaking, they sound so similar. You're like, wait, is it province or providence? Like, you're like, wait, what? Like, what? I'm making sure I'm not mispronouncing it. But no, they're actually 2 different words. Just, I'm not fluent in province. Province. Principal administrative division of certain countries or empires. The whole of a country outside the capital, especially when regarded as lacking in sophistication or culture. Okay, province is an area of land. See, that's just put it simple, man. Area of land that is part of a country. So it could be referring like a state or a county or a town, etc. Oh, yeah, similar to a state or county. Yeah. I literally just read that part right there. I didn't even when I said that, I didn't even read the rest of it. I like when that happens. When you start naming things, then you read on. Oh, I just said that. Okay, that's cool. I already knew that then. If you see in an area or town, etc., the oppression of the poor and the violation of justice and righteousness, do not be amazed at the matter. Don't be shocked. For the high official is watched by a higher, and there are yet higher ones over them. That is specifically talking about the structure of societies, cultures, governments. It's the whole 9, the whole structure of all that. All examples of that. Where, again, real example, you see a cop, a police officer doing something that's oppressing the poor and a violation of justice and righteousness. If that order came from above, then that's just, talking about the how does that put, like, how do I word that? like a hierarchy structure, basically. The boss is at the top and the crap flows down. Where you got a problem with something, well, the guy at the top makes all the rules of a business, a company, or any other example. But like within a small company, everybody knows that analogy easiest. The owner slash boss is the head person that dictates it all, and then their nonsense gets flowed downward through management and supervisors and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why is that vanity? Because it's not built or serving the foundation of that which is life itself. Because if it was, there is only one at the top, that which is God. Pardon me, my throat's very just like scratchy today. 9. But this is gain for a land in every way, a king committed to cultivated fields. But this is gain for a land in every way, a king committed to cultivated fields. It says, but this is gain. Like, is it referring to 8's a gain? I'm confused because that but this is gain. It's like as if it's adding to 8. Vanity of wealth and honor. Well, I named 8 in vanity, but not wealth and honor. Oh, this is why I tried doing this once, and this is a difficult one. This really is. Because now it's like I'm trying to analyze each one regarding vanity itself, and then wealth itself, and then honor itself. I got to analyze 3 ways, and it's just like, come on. Because I'm not even, like, it's nothing really new. It's like, yeah, I'm understanding it, but it's not adding to anything more understood. It's nothing fresh. Trying to think real quick. I'm reading 8 again. All right, the reading regarding wealth. If you see in a providence the oppression of the poor and the violation of justice, do not be amazed at the matter, for the high official is watching by higher ones over them. But this is a gain for a land in every way, a king committed to cultivated fields. I'm pretty sure 8 and 9 is just one long one. worthlessness of wealth and honor. Yes, it is a gain for a land in every way. What is the gain? See, I thought the but was to 8. But the but is towards a king committed to cultivated fields. It's that right there. I didn't notice immediately. So that was the confusion, just some language arts shit. I don't even know what they're called. I forgot what they're even called. Those two dots right there. I know what they mean. I just forgot what their name is, what they're called. A king committed to cultivated fields serves his people, serves his community, is a boss in a company is right there next to you getting their hands dirty. That's the gain. That's the situation of a gain. Not being a dictator or nonsense or oppressing the poor and in violation of justice and righteousness. If I had a business, it'd be something I'd want to be doing, not dictating, not running, but doing. Who wants to think of what they want to do and then sit behind a desk dictating others to do it for you? That sounds as illogical as it gets. That sounds straight up insane to me. It really does. It's like, I want to be the CEO of a company that does this that I enjoy doing, but instead of doing it, I'm just going to dictate everybody else to do it for me so I can make lots of money and not enjoy doing the actual thing I wanted to do. That is so illogical. Good God. Well, I did say I hadn't really learned anything new, though that's not really new. That's just a new analogy, a way to put it. And well, yeah, it was new. That's cool. See, that's why I want from reading this. Like, I want a little bit too. Come on, teach me. It's fun. Whew, that was stimulating. 10. He who loves money will not be satisfied with money, nor he who loves wealth with his income. This is also vanity / worthless. Worshipping, prioritizing, etc. the wrong thing. That is vanity. He who loves money will not be satisfied with money because you are foundationally wrong. You are seeking fulfillment from money, from wealth, etc. What comes from that? Remove money, remove wealth of any single kind. Does life remain? Yes, it does. Remove life. Does all the wealth matter? No, it does not. And that's the proper place to put that heat. Because people just don't get that. And I'm not innocent of it either. I lived the same way for a long, long, long time. It is simply a tool to be used in the service of life. That's all. That's all it is. not to have stuff, not to get stuff. Use it to be in harmony of life, living with life, not living for money and wealth, etc. What does money or wealth or anything give? Nothing. It's a tool. Don't worship the tool. Is there enjoyment, harmony, etc. in life without money? Yes. So what are you doing? Nor he who loves wealth with his income. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. I'm just going to straight up say it. That is literally the biggest problem with humanity these days. And who knows how long, honestly. I'm just going to flat out say it, where there's so much value placed on money, and the ignorance of it just being a tool for life is just missing. Got buried, something, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how the primary understanding from everybody can't generally be that it's just a tool, and to put it and value it where it belongs, not foundationally, not to serve the tool, but to use it. Are you going to put a wrench on a wall and worship that? No, you're going to pick it up and remove some nuts and bolts. That was just a little frustration there. Once you see it, it's like, you're just like, man, it's so much better over here. Come on. 11. When goods increase, they increase who eat them. And what advantage has their owner but to see them with his eyes? That's a nice one. When goods increase, they increase who eat them. More there, more for everybody to consume. The vanity there is if you did not share, and instead of increase who eat them, increased the amount the people themselves eat instead of sharing. Instead of more for everybody, it's more for themselves. That's the vanity of it. But that's not saying that. I'm just giving the inversion. And what advantage has their owner but to see them with his eyes? Yeah. You're offering nourishment for others. What more is there than to see that, to be in harmony with that expression of life? That is the entire gain. There is nothing greater than that. Just to be in participation of the expression of life and harmony of it. Simplified, what's better in it of itself? To lay out a feast for a bunch of people free of charge that need to be nourished? Or to lay out a feast, bend everybody over, and take all their worth for it? One is nothing but gain, and the other has more loss. Any introduction of loss is loss. The point is to keep it positive, gain with life, etc., not in absence of it. So if you simply give and not cut your hand off, so to speak. You don't neglect yourself. You serve in excess of life, therefore you have excess to give. Therefore, when you give, you're not losing. And everybody else is gaining. And that returns, that flows forth and back and forth. Flow of life. But you have to serve and harmonize with life. Because without life, guess what? We are not. Now, before I keep going on, because this is getting, when it comes to money and superficial nonsense, that the inversion of value, true value of life, it really gets me going. And I got a lot to say on those subjects, a whole lot. So it's like, okay, stop. It's not the whole point here. 12. Sweet is the sleep of a laborer, whether he eats little or much, but the full stomach of the rich will not let him sleep. I'm sure everybody has done both by now. As in, you put a hard day's work in, whatever it is, that your body is just worn out, it's tired. It doesn't matter if you eat, you zonk out and you are in a deep resting sleep, which is sweet. That's enjoyable sleep, where you're so exhausted you don't have time to lay down and toss and turn or count sheep or endlessly think about stuff. You just lay down, you're beat, you're just out. And the sleep is just, if it's uninterrupted, it is restful and enjoyable and sweet. But the full stomach of the rich will not let him sleep. As in, you're not tired. You didn't do anything to require any kind of recharge. And that's when you lay down, you're tossing and turning and thinking, etc. And if you ever eat before bed, that's even worse. Like, I'm saying this simple physical things done and sleep, but everybody who's done it already knows the deeper understanding of it, which is what I'm pointing to, which is why I said it, because everybody knows within themselves that feeling that when you're just exhausted and you lay down to rest and it's like you just fall into like a thing of pillows or a thing of clouds, and it's like, oh, and then boom, you're out. You're exhausted, but hitting that bed, that comfort is so more enjoyable than normal. Where the labor gives more rest, sweeter rest than the fulfillment. Aha, that's a deeper thing. To put it in a deeper way, it's better to be labor in life, whether you get little or much returns, nourishment. You give out and it comes back. Just to be in the service of life and harmony of it is nourishing itself, even without any external returns, whether it's little or much. Even if you're nice to everybody and everybody's a prick to you, it is still better, it is still nourishing more to just be in harmony of life, to be positive, etc., etc., than to be negative or anything else. You're still getting nourishment. What, the full stomach of the rich? Yeah, full of nonsense, of vanity. And that's why you don't sleep, because you're not serving life. You're worried about functions. Oh, I got to worry about my bills, I got to worry about money and this and that. And suddenly you're not living for life, you're living for function. And the function is not built on life. The functions are serving the functions, the tools serving the tools, etc. All functions, all tools, everything is supposed to be foundationally to serve life itself, that which matters most. Not man serving man, humanity serving humanity. We didn't create ourselves. We didn't create reality. We didn't create existence. We didn't create life. So how can we serve ourselves? That's illogical. Now, I'm not saying that, it's illogical because I understand it. I'm not saying just because you don't understand it doesn't make me wrong. I'm not referring to my opinion. I'm referring to life itself. And just because you're ignorant doesn't make you immediately wrong. It just means you need to learn, understand, educate, analyze, etc. Expand understanding. For if you go to bed full of nonsense, worrying about nonsense, and I could take that even further, and you won't get any sleep, as in worrying about everything outside of the now, the current moment of now that we're endlessly always in. If you're in bed and there is nothing going on in the moment, there is no danger, there is no immediate anything but your head in the bed, your head in the pillow, laying in bed. If there is no immediate reason, that is all self-induced. Skeletons in the closet, worrying about tomorrow that's not here yet. Again, let tomorrow worry for itself. Because tomorrow will always be tomorrow. Now will always be now. The more you worry about before and after, you distort and run and hide and are not in the now. I'm not saying future planning is irrelevant. I am not saying, the past is irrelevant. It's relevant information to analyze, to understand, to accountable, etc. But when you elevate it beyond the now, that's what drives the internal nuts. Especially for me, because I remember all the time you laying down, and your mind to be racing, you'd be thinking about this, that, and then some, and everything under the sun. And it's like, why? You got to stop and think. Is any of this relevant right now? Or any time immediately into the now? If anything ain't going to happen within a few minutes before you and sleep, then it's self-induced, even beyond your understanding of it. Because if you understood that, what I just expressed, you wouldn't do it. Or you would at least work toward not doing it. Which I hope that helps anybody ever. Because that's how I go to sleep. I'm out within... I usually pass out before I even get time to finish saying my nightly prayers. I lay in bed, say my prayers, and then I go to sleep. Half the time I'm in the middle of it and I fall asleep. And then I wake up seconds later, oh crap, I gotta finish. And yes, I am still a religious person. I don't identify all I am as religious. But you know I mean. 13, there is a grievous evil that I have seen under the sun. Riches were kept by their owner to his hurt. There is a grievous evil that I have seen under the sun. Grieving evil? Riches were kept by their owner to his hurt. To hers, whose hurt? Is that another person or self-induced? Oh, I'm going to read 14 real quick just to see what that's referring to. One person or multiple or what? 14, and those riches were lost in a bad venture, and he is father of a son, but he has nothing in his hand. I'm just going to read that all. There is a grievous evil that, 13, there is a grievous evil that I have seen under the sun. Riches were kept by their owner to his hurt. 14, and those riches were lost in a bad venture, and he is father of a son, but he has nothing in his hand. 15, as he came from his mother's womb, he shall go again naked as he came, and shall take nothing for his toil that he may carry away in his hand. 16, this also is a grievous evil. Just as he came, so shall he go. And what gain is there to him who toils for the wind? 17, moreover, all his days he eats in darkness, in much vexation, and sickness, and anger. It's just expressing basically what I already explained previously. The vanity of wealth and honor. Just more expressing the worthlessness of putting tools in the wrong category, using them in the wrong way. Well, not really using them, just inflating them beyond their design. It's like, I don't really give a crap what initial intention whoever invented money specifically. I don't care what human intention is behind any of it. Oh, this person created it for this function. So, well, who created you? Life did. So life still has a say in it. It's like life, or like it's like money is just a tool for life. Even if somebody created it for something else, it's like, well, you're still created for life. So everything you do is either in service of life or in absence of it. Even if your intention is absence, somebody else could use that tool for presence, to serve life, to be in harmony in service of life. Ha 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 ha. Riches were kept by the owner to his son. Those lost in a bad venture, and his father and son say there's nothing in his hand. So the 13 grievous evil that I have seen on his riches were kept by their owner to his hurt. Oh, I keep thinking hut. I keep reading hut, not hurt. I keep thinking storage. I keep riches were kept by their owner to his hut. Like, crazy turtle. So it sounds like it was owed to somebody and they kept it and therefore reneged on their vow and kept by the owner and hurt the other person that earned them. And those riches were lost in bad venture, and he is father of a son, but he has nothing in hand. No, he labored, and they didn't pay him. So, and that was the bad venture. As he came from his mother's womb, he shall go again naked as he came, and shall take nothing for his toil that he may carry away in his hand. Naked as he came, and shall take nothing for his toil that he may carry away in his hand. Yeah, you're going out the same way you left. Came with nothing, you're leaving. You're not leaving. You're leaving with nothing physically. That's the thing. There was more than just physicality. You can't put the very essence of a person under a microscope and explain every single analytic way of describing it, explaining it, understanding it, etc., etc., etc. Never. I'm not claiming I do. I'm claiming nobody ever will. And everything physical here, you're not leaving with it. You're not leaving with the tools. You'll be leaving with the what the tools produced and what they served, etc. Oh, 10:14 mails early, I believe. Let me go check that real quick. Good junk mail. We love junk mail. Baby! Don't we love junk mail? Who the good girl, Bailey? Who the good puppy girl? No, you're not laying back there. Come on. Come on. Go ahead. Go. No, no, no. Go. Go ahead. You're okay. All right. Oh, there it is. 16. This also is a grievous evil. Just as he came, so shall he go. And what gain is there to him who toils for the wind? Toils for the wind. Now, you see, the problem isn't the wind. The problem is the toils. Let me look that up. Yep, I figured that was I knew it was a negative reference. I just didn't know it was like exact details of it. Toil, something exhausting, painful, or continuous physical and mental labor, often described as long, hard struggle. Toil is used in reference to a situation regarded as a trap. Oh, so it's a trap. Well, negative. I mean, yeah. Exhausting, painful, or continuous physical, maybe I'll describe long, hard struggle. The And what gain is there to him who toils for the wind? You're not supposed to toil over the wind, or not for the wind. Accountability is the proper toiling, so to speak. Not it's the hardship of labor, etc., in every way you could put it, not in a negative way of toil, but in a positive way of toiling. Accountability for the wind, aka for life itself, the flow of life itself. Wind, again, wind. It flows just like life. It's just another function of life itself. Its actual function, its process, everything. "17. Moreover, all his days he eats in darkness, in much vexation and sickness and anger." Yes. The toil is an absence of life. Eats in darkness, much vexation, sickness, and anger. Anger at what? What are you angry for? Think about it. Really, really think about it for a moment. What is there to be angry about? You're angry when something is wrong. But what is it wrong towards? Get out of your own way, because everybody thinks it's all wrong towards themselves. Get out of your own way. It is when it is wrong towards life itself. That's where anger comes from. To truly understand, it's anger at the absence or the distortion, etc., of life itself. Otherwise, what's there to be angry about other than anger and falseness? But at the core, anger, it's just the absence of life. Or, yeah, again, or it could be that life isn't accommodating around you as if it serves the person. No, it does not. That's inverted. Life doesn't serve us. We serve it. Serve, harmonize, etc. Because if life is not, we are not. If we are not, is life still there? Yes, it is. That's simple structural understanding. Remove one, does the other remain? If it does, that is foundational, not the thing, not the other thing that won't remain. Again, take humanity out of the equation. Does life still exist? Yes. Therefore, life is more than humanity. Take out life. Does humanity still exist? No. Therefore, humanity did not create life itself. All right. 18, behold, what I have seen to be good and fitting is to eat and drink and find enjoyment in all the toil that which one toils under the sun, the few days of his life that God has given him. For this is his lot. Behold, what I have seen to be good and fitting is to eat and drink and find enjoyment in all the toil with which one toils under the sun, the few days of his life that God has given him, for this is his lot. As long as it's in service of life, righteousness, accountability, honesty, etc., in harmony and the service of life, expression of it, etc., then all is well, all is good. There is no toil. Even the hardship labor is enjoyable. If you understand life itself, and you do something in service of it, honestly, and I literally mean honestly, there is absolutely no negativity there at all. Even if the other person even if in your opinion, the other person doesn't deserve it to even go there. Because if all you offer is service of life, there's nothing greater. So don't accept anything under it. Oh, I shouldn't do it because the other person doesn't deserve it. Except you're literally shooting yourself in the foot too, and you're making yourself as bad as they are. Generally speaking, it's better to do good, even in the face of wrong, etc., than to not do anything at all. Because then the evil, the absence, etc., is still present, but there's no counter to it. It's just absence. It's just negativity. There's no positivity trying to introduce itself to the equation. It's simply absence. And that's bullcrap. Screw that. That's why drink, find enjoyment, all toil, which one toils under the sun. Yeah. 19. Everyone also to whom God has given wealth and possessions and power to enjoy them and to accept his lot and rejoice in his toil. This is the gift of God. Again, service of life itself. And life came from that which is God, because something, especially as infinite as life itself is, cannot come from nothing. Nothing is the absence of everything. Nothing comes from it. Nothing goes into it. It just is. It is complete absence. And all of existence cannot just happen from nothingness. So to all those experts, duh. Yeah, sorry, that was a little sarcasm. Accept his lot and rejoice in his toil. This is the gift of God. Yeah, service of life. If you know you are serving life in harmony of life, every which way you can, everything is enjoyable. Everything. Beyond description. 20. For he will not much remember the days of his life, because God keeps him occupied with joy in his heart. Yeah. Somewhat. I mean, if you're enjoyable in life, you're not. Yeah. Oh, that's what it means. Okay. It's not saying you won't remember. God keeps him occupied with joy in his heart. As in, again, the moment of now, the never-ending moment of now. The future is always ahead. The past is always behind. Doesn't matter how much planning or much reflecting, the moment of now will always, 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 always be the now. And if you are living in the now, in service and in harmony and understanding and expression of life, etc., you are not carrying the past or the future or any of its weight, unless it's in the now to weigh anything. As in, one day everybody's going to die. Are you dead now? No. So why worry about it right now? I said worry. Nothing else. Don't worry about it. Know it, accept it, understand it, don't live in it. When it comes, it'll be in the now, and then that'll be that. Until then, don't bring even the inevitable, into the now when it's not present. That is self-sabotage, I forget the word for it. But that it really is like that. Like I could sit here and reminisce and analyze, to understand things further, you know, in the past. I mean, I don't. It's not like you don't forget them, but you don't live in them and carry around the past. Oh, all my mistakes are on my back. Mistakes are in the past. The only thing you carry in the now are the skeletons in the closet and the weight of them. If they do not exist in reality, in the now, and only exist within yourself, within your psyche, and every which way you want to put it, they don't exist anymore. You make them exist within yourself. That is why you reflect, you analyze, you understand, you take accountability, you fix, you tear down that closet and kick all the skeletons to the curb the proper way, not bury them. Honesty within. And being in the now with all that, joy is not even, like, that's an understatement. And that was Ecclesiastes 5. It is 10:30. Let me look at Rule 6 work. What is that? Oh, that's small. Evil. Okay. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. So that's it for 5. And I guess 6 I'll probably do right after this. That'll be short.